What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So you see the title of this video, you know what's going to be about. A lot of people have been asking, what is going on? Is that true? We are potentially going to be giving illegal immigrants $450,000, but yet here in the United States, the American people, the most that we received was a $1,400 stimulus check, and we got $600. Yeah, we got a $1,200 check. We received up to $600 per week for unemployment benefits. That was a plus up, but that was it. How are illegal immigrants getting $450,000? Well, I'm going to address that because the rumors are true. This isn't false. This is not, you're not being tricked here. This is true. This is in discussions. We're also going to give you an update on the stimulus package. I want to talk about a $1,000 guaranteed income program that starts today. The application process starts today, and we have an FDA announcement. So hopefully you guys are having an incredible day so far. Hopefully your Friday has been going really well. Your week was incredible, but let's get into the update for today. First, before I get started, if you could and you enjoy these daily uploads, do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button because it really does help out the channel. But let's talk about some stuff. The Biden administration is going to give illegal immigrants $450,000 to compensate their families for separating the parents with the children. This is from the Trump administration. This is when stuff kind of started to happen. So a lot of people have been wanting details on this. I'm going to provide that today. Los Angeles and Chicago are both starting their pilot programs for guaranteed income or a universal basic income. These are going to be starting very soon, and today Los Angeles opens up their application process. So I'm going to give you more details on that. The current Build Back Better program is going to provide $150 billion to affordable housing. This is very important. However, there are some key provisions in this bill that are not yet being discussed. Some are saying that right now they will not vote for this bill. Representative Cori Bush and AOC both said they will not vote for this bill because, number one, they haven't completely read the text of the bill. Two, how can we call this the biggest, best, and pretty much just a transformative bill when really all we're doing is doing stuff for climate change? That's it. So, according to Representative Cori Bush, she says more must be given to the American people. How can we forget about the American people? How are we not providing paid leave? How are we not providing more for Medicare? How are we still allowing Medicare to not go and negotiate drug prices? Bernie Sanders says, why does an inhaler that costs $27 in Canada cost over $200 here in the United States? It's crazy what we're seeing. Progressives say that they will vote on this bill next week. But again, and I just want to warn you on this, they're saying this because that would give them enough time to read through the text. But if there's any changes, next week will not happen. So one thing I can guarantee you, there's going to be additional discussions. Should we make some changes? Senator Bernie Sanders wants to fight for more. Senator Ron Wyden, he wants to fight for more. We know a lot of Democrats are currently trying to fight for more because they say this bill is unacceptable. This is not what we asked for. We did not ask for a $1.75 trillion infrastructure bill. We asked for $6, then we cut down to just $3.5 trillion. How are we not getting everything that we asked for? Now, we also know the FDA has approved the emergency use authorization for the Pfizer vaccine for children 5 to 11 years old. So this is pretty big, all right? This is big, and this is something that just came out today. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the $450,000 for illegal immigrants. I know a lot of people are asking, a lot of people want to know, is this true? We're hearing a lot of stories. The answer is yes, this is true. During the time when former President Donald Trump was in office, there were many children who were separated from their families when their family would come over into the United States illegally. They were just separated, okay? So the Biden administration is currently in, or technically the U.S. government is currently in a lot of lawsuits from families. Some are, $3 million, some are, $1 million, some are, it just depends on their situation, how long the kids and the parents were separated, right? But the Biden administration is saying that they are considering paying $450,000 per child to families that are pretty much just to be compensated for pain and suffering. They say that there's currently many lawsuits going on. The average lawsuit is a little bit over $3 million, okay? But the Biden administration believes that paying out $450,000, it would be a great way to settle. Number one, it would save them money and it would save them headaches. Right now, the situation at the border it's unthinkable. We know nobody's really addressing that. Vice President Kamala Harris, she was the one that was supposed to be tackling this issue, and yet nothing's being done. Homeland Security has brought up that paying about $1 million is what they are anticipating per family. But expectation is the range is going to be anywhere from $450,000 to $1 million per child. Okay? So here's what I can tell you. What we know is about 5,500 children were separated from their families. There's currently about 700 lawsuits pending. Okay, currently estimates are that we're going to pay about $1 billion in order to compensate these families for pain and suffering. Now, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but again, according to Republicans, many Republicans are really furious over this, saying, how are we going to use taxpayer dollars to pay somebody that came into our country illegally and then their children were separated from them? How do we do that? How can we even consider this? Now, I don't know about you, but this is one of those things that some are saying. I even talked to a few people today that were saying that they don't understand how this is something that's acceptable. How can Democrats keep cutting the stimulus package or the infrastructure bill, provide very little to the American people, yet they're going to give $450,000 to illegal immigrants who came into the United States illegally? I don't know. Honestly, I wish I had more information here, but I don't. That is what we know at this time. One other thing. I told you guys on Wednesday, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, when I was addressing the new $1,000 pilot program, guaranteed income pilot program. I told you guys the application was going to start on Friday. The applications, as of watching this video, are open. Okay? Here's what you need to understand. For the Los Angeles pilot program, that is the one that's currently accepting applications. For Chicago, that will be in the future. Other cities, that will be in the future as well. Here's what I can tell you. Even if you're not from Los Angeles or Chicago, all you have to do is dial 311. Okay? That will allow you to request more information on different pilot programs or guaranteed income or really anything that you need. Rental assistance, right? So if you need additional information, call 311 from your phone and you will be connected to somebody that will give you more information. Whatever you need, they can provide for you. So I want to address pretty much what you have to do in order to get the $1,000 from Los Angeles. So let's break that down first. Here's what we know. This will be for $1,000 per month for 1 full year. This will be guaranteed income, and it's going to go to 3,200 families. This is actually called the Big Leap program. Okay? There are no restrictions as to how you can use the money. You can use the money for rent, for food. You can buy, cryptocurrencies. You can buy stocks. You can go put this money on black on the roulette table. It doesn't matter. There's no restrictions. You must be 18 years old. You must live in Los Angeles, have at least one minor dependent, or are pregnant. Either or, not both. You don't have to be both. You have to have an income below the federal poverty line and experience medical or economic impact due to COVID-19. Also, okay, once you apply for this program, now in order to apply, all you got to do is go to bigleap.lacity.org. Okay, I'll say it one more time. bigleap.lacity.org. That's where you go to apply. Now, many cities are going to have pilot programs very similar to this in the future. Some have already gone through them, but if they've already done the application process, found the recipients and started sending out the payments, then you're too late there. But more are going to be providing these in the future. Some are saying right now that this is something that they are considering, but they want to see what do the first couple of months look like for like Los Angeles. Right now, there's many cities that have already done it, but they want to see from a big city during a pandemic, How do they kind of recover from this? And what is this going to do for lower income individuals? So we're going to see what this does, but honestly, this could be a big move, not only for Los Angeles, for other cities as well. Now, let's talk about the Build Back Better plan. Right now, one of the things that is being discussed is, how come there's not more for the American people? Why is President Biden off talking about climate? Well, for one, that was already scheduled, but why is he off talking about climate and working on that when there's more issues at hand? Well, I can tell you right now, one of the big issues that many Democrats are having at this time is there's not more for the American people. Progressives promise so many things. They overpromise, and now because of President Biden and Joe Manchin, they underdelivered. So the worry is many of these lawmakers are not going to keep their seat when it comes to the midterm election. Some are expecting a big blowout from Republicans. Unless Republicans just come out and do absolutely nothing or completely just wreck their chances, Republicans are going to pretty much gain back control in the House and the Senate. So if President Biden wants to get anything done, now is the time to do it. He cannot wait until 2022. If he tries, nothing is going to happen. That's according to the expectations at this time. Now, here is one thing that was supposed to be at $375 billion, got cut down to just $150 billion. It's affordable housing. Some are saying we need affordable housing. What we know is that Goldman Sachs, they're anticipating we're going to see a 16% increase to home prices. Well, that's going to make, for one, buying a home impossible for some. Saving money for a down payment is just going to get harder. And then rents are probably going to go up even higher. So affordable housing is in need. So why would we cut $225 billion in funding? Well, because that's all they could get accepted by mainly Senator Joe Manchin. What we know is that the CEO of the National Low-Income Housing Coalition says that this will be the most significant single investment into quality, stable, and affordable homes for the country's lowest income people. However, I want to break down exactly where this money is going. First, and I don't know why or how, but there's $25 billion for rental assistance. Okay, $25 billion. I just want to explain that we've had $50 billion, $47 billion or something like that in rental assistance for like a year, like 8 months, 9 months. And yet the money's still slowly going out. There's still money because rental assistance isn't working. The programs are completely flawed. But there's $25 billion for that. There's $65 billion for repairing and replacing public housing, which is needed. I saw a lot of pictures. I've never been into public housing myself, okay? Which, I'm very fortunate. But I've seen pictures, okay? I've seen pictures of what public housing looks like. And in some bigger cities, it is very bad. The living conditions are horrible. There's also $15 billion to go towards a housing trust fund. Okay? Progressives say that they see the infrastructure bill happening this coming week. However, I just want to warn you that what we are also hearing is some are trying to fight for additional pieces of legislation. They're trying to fight to make sure billionaires and the extremely wealthy are paying their fair share in taxes. And as of right now, they are not. They are not paying their fair share. They're going to get away with it again. Pharmaceutical companies get away with that. They get away with not having to negotiate with Medicare. And now they don't have to worry about their profits being cut. Because that was the expectation, is we're going to be able to save money by negotiating or having Medicare negotiate drug prices. That would save money and allow Medicare to expand not just hearing, but vision and dental as well. That's not happening. So many progressives are extremely upset that this is the way we're moving forward. Something else we did here today, though, that the FDA has approved the emergency use authorization for the Pfizer vaccine for 5 to 11-year-olds. What we do know is the company says there's a 90% protection against symptomatic diseases for children. This is good. This is actually just 1/3 of the dose of the adult vaccine, and there's also smaller needles. So they've thought of a few things. What I can tell you, the Biden administration expects that we will begin vaccinating children sometime early November. The expectation is, as of right now, we haven't heard directly, but again, because this just came out like an hour or 2 hours ago, is that we are anticipating the vaccinations will begin on November 1st. So that's what we're hearing at this time. But again, there's so much discussions on the stimulus talks. There's so many discussions going on currently because of climate, because of where President Biden is right now. And there's a lot of discussions as to, should we get children vaccinated? Should this be mandated for children to attend schools? Honestly, there's so much stuff going on right now, but as I know more, I promise I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. Again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday evening. Have an incredible weekend this weekend as well. And hopefully, if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.